Good afternoon, I'm Asad Ahmed. A union is calling for traffic wardens in central London to be given more places to take their breaks after members have resorted to sleeping in museums and galleries. Some staff have told BBC London they're prepared to turn a blind eye to the tired wardens instead of telling them to move on. A spokesperson for Westminster Council said they encourage their staff to enjoy the city. Sarah Harris reports.
Fast asleep in the middle of a working afternoon, a Westminster parking warden taking 40 winks at one of the most historic museums in central London. He was there for well over an hour in full view of visitors. We've covered part of his face to spare his blushes, but his bosses say they encourage staff to take breaks out and about in the city. But security workers tell me this is not a one-off.
No one at the Wallace Collection wanted to comment officially on this, but a member of staff has told me off camera that a number of traffic wardens are using the benches and chairs inside to sleep on, and at closing time as many as 3 or 4 at a time are having to be woken up and asked to move on. And there are several other tourist attractions in central London who say the same things about sleeping wardens. The Unite union says their members need more places to take their breaks, as it can take too long to walk to the ones that are available now.
They're asleep in museums because they've got absolutely no other choice. People need to take a rest, especially when you're doing a physical job that involves a lot of walking. Rest breaks are a big issue. People do not have anywhere to go to sit down and have a proper rest break, not within the time that they're supposed to be working. Anyway, if your shift was worked so you can stop at lunchtime and sit down somewhere and have a break, fine. But our members are having to improvise and find somewhere to sit down and take a rest and have a bit of a break.
It can be stressful work. This motorist successfully appealed against her ticket. Westminster Council says most of their wardens work a 9.5-hour day with a lunch and 20-minute tea break, and they're not confined to depots. Sarah Harris, BBC London News.
EU countries have until midnight tonight to make their case and provide a new home for 2 agencies currently based in Canary Wharf who say they're leaving London after Brexit. The European Banking Authority and the European Medicines Agency employ over 1,000 staff between them. Fierce competition is expected to attract the agency's highly skilled employees, their families and the business that comes with them. It's been suggested that pupils should be taught how to avoid being targeted by gangs and criminals by teachers in school. The Children's Commissioner, Anne Longfield, made her comments as figures reveal that children in London are being paid to be money mules. That's when they're offered cash from criminals to move money through their personal accounts. A study by the University of London says offering routine HIV tests to people when they register with a new GP is both cost-effective and could save lives. Patients at 40 GP surgeries in Hackney were given finger prick HIV testing when they registered, and researchers found the rate of diagnosis increased 4-fold. Jane Draper has this report.
A simple finger prick test. That's all that's needed now to find out whether you have HIV. GP surgeries in some parts of London are making this test more routine. This study says those efforts should be much more widespread. The researchers looked at surgeries where new patients are offered an HIV test when they register. This led to a much higher rate of diagnosing the virus. Each test costs around £25. The authors say the benefits mean more screening is affordable.
Many patients are undiagnosed. That means they carry the virus without actually knowing it. So having an HIV test at your surgery will allow you to have access to excellent treatment, but then also prevent you from passing on the virus to someone else.
Routine testing has previously been recommended by Public Health England for cities with high HIV rates. But investment in testing has fallen in some areas because of financial pressures on local authorities' public health budgets. The charity Terence Higgins Trust called on healthcare commissioners to act on these latest findings. Jane Draper, BBC London News.
An 82-year-old woman has been strangled with a dog lead in what police call a vicious and unprovoked attack by another woman on her own doorstep in Streatham. Some viewers may find the following image distressing. Catherine Smith was found covered in blood in Lyndhurst Avenue last Thursday afternoon. The attacker, described as a slim white woman, followed Miss Smith and was waiting for her when she arrived home. Police are appealing for information. The days when you used to rush home from school, call for your friends and then spend hours playing on the street seem to have long gone. But you may be surprised to hear parents in Palmer's Green in North London are trying to revive those days by blocking off a road to allow children to play once again. And the idea is gaining support all over the country, as Graham Satchell has been finding out.
We're in North London. The street's closed, the bunting is up. It's time to play.
I'm rolling!
For many of these children, it's the first time they've ever played out on the street. Organised street play sessions like this started about 5 years ago in Bristol. Today, groups of residents from across the country are applying to local authorities to close roads and let their children play.
I have 2 kids and they kind of spend quite a bit of time inside the house, and it's old school. It's how I used to play back in the day, so we used to go outside and play on the street, so bringing it back.
A series of studies published today show these street play projects have increased children's physical activity, improved their mental health and their social skills. But the advantages are even more widespread.
It's not just about the children playing out, it's about the neighbours actually starting to know each other. There's a nice community here, and having the opportunity to get out regularly and see each other and just kind of relax is nice.
There are now more than 500 streets in 45 locations doing play sessions like this, but today's study does say there would be more if local authority procedures were streamlined and some cost barriers removed. Meanwhile, Noah has been trying to draw
A snake man. Half snake, half man.
perfect. Carry on, young man.
Graham Satchell there reporting from Palmer's Green. And lots of adults in Hackney couldn't believe their luck this weekend when a playground opened, but this one was just for them. The creators were making the point that play is important no matter how old you are, and they were also collecting money at London Fields for other play initiatives, except those ones were actually for children. Adult playgrounds, great idea. Now, after a mixed weekend weather-wise, let's find out what the forecast has in store for us today and for the start of the week with Owen.
Hi there everyone. Well, it's been a decent enough day so far. We've had some lovely Weather Watchers pictures in, pretty much showing the same thing. Some clouds bubbling up, but lots of blue sky as well. And taking the story forward this afternoon, it's a story of sunny spells and just the odd isolated shower. So I think most of us avoiding these completely. As you can see here on the graphics, it's a largely dry story with some gaps forming in the clouds. So, you know, we will see further sunny spells. A light southwesterly breeze, and I think temperatures around town getting to 22 or 23 Celsius. Now, overnight, it does remain largely dry, other than perhaps just the odd scattered shower here or there. Some clear spells overhead as well, and I think those temperatures outside of the capital getting down to, say, 10 or 11 Celsius, but around town, we'll still be up at about 14 or possibly 15 Celsius. OK, it's a decent enough start to the day tomorrow yet again. A lot of bright sunshine from the word go. I think that sunshine turning a bit hazier as we head to the afternoon, and here comes some more showers. I think some of these could be a bit heavier in nature than what we've seen today. Temperatures fairly similar though, at around 22 or possibly 23 Celsius. So the next few days, well, tomorrow, sunshine and showers. Wednesday starts off OK. It'll get cloudier throughout the day, and yes, we will see some rain later on, but brightening up again then for Thursday. See you soon.
Well, that's it. Check out our website for more on the day's top stories. I'll be back at the same time tomorrow. Riz will be here at 6:30 tonight on BBC One. Hope you can join her then. And until then, do enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Bye-bye.
There's a break-in and a single clue to who done it. Red Rock follows next on BBC One.
Gold is a shining example